Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to English 1A. What kind of 1A class is this? This is the pandemic lockdown edition for the fall of 2020. I'm Jeff McMahon, so this is just an introduction, a personal introduction, where I'm going to tell you a few personal facts about myself. I'm going to do an overview of your first essay assignment. I'm not going to do all 4 of your essays because that would make this video an hour long and that would be horrible. I want to keep this to like 10 minutes around there. And then I just want to tell you about my approach to putting course content on Canvas to try to make it as user-friendly as possible. So like I said, I'm Jeff McMahon. I'm 58 years old. I've been teaching for 35 years. I first started teaching in Oakland, California, a college course at Skyline High School. I think Tom Hanks went there. He's a little older than I am. So I have twin daughters. I have a wife who teaches 6th grade, and she's got to do something worse than I do. She has to do like, I don't know, 3 hours of live video a day. That would drive me crazy. I can't stand that. Some other things about me. I was an Olympic weightlifter when I was 13. I was #1 in the nation. And then when I was 14, I saw a documentary called Pumping Iron. And I pivoted from weightlifting to bodybuilding. And 10 years ago, I became obsessed with kettlebells. I do kettlebells 4 days a week in my garage for an hour. It's like my therapy. What other therapy do I have? Oh yes, I love to eat. I love to eat way too much. I love eating. I'm obsessed with eating, especially during this pandemic where everything is about food. I grew up in San Jose, California, ate a lot of Mexican food, a lot of authentic Mexican food. A lot of my neighbors were from Mexico. A lot of our food was from our own backyards, our chilies and our peppers and our garlic and our tomatoes. So I grew up kind of spoiled on a lot of authentic Mexican food in San Jose, but I'm also obsessed with Persian food, and I'm obsessed with Indian food and Israeli food and this really spicy Chinese food called Sichuan food. Obsessed with food. I don't eat pizza because if I eat 1 slice of pizza, I end up eating about 2 extra large pizzas all by myself. That doesn't work for me. I can't get that heavy. Donuts. I don't eat donuts. Love donuts. Don't eat them. When I eat a donut, I experience this condition called donut shame, where I crawl up into bed and I curl into the fetal position and I'm just sad and I'm overcome by shame for about, I don't know, 6 months. So I don't eat donuts. That's not happening. One other thing I can tell you personally about me. My senior year in high school, I had a 4.0 GPA, thought I was smart. My counselor goes, "McMahon, you're so smart, unbelievable, 4.0. So I go to college and I realized I was a phony. I had faked my way through high school because I was so bad in college. My GPA was just horrible. The college sent me a letter, a warning letter saying I was on probation. They're going to kick me out if I didn't increase my GPA. I took this freshman composition class, writing class. They kicked me out. They put me in a class called Bonehead English. Check this out. They kicked me out of Bonehead English. I was put in pre-Bonehead English. This was terrifying. I ended up dumping all my high school buddy friends from high school. Dumped them. I became the Lone Ranger, and I got my GPA up, and I improved in college. I think that's about all you need to hear from me. I was the Lone Ranger. I could tell you other things. I play the piano. I've been playing piano for 40 years, but it's not that interesting. So let's talk about your first essay. There are 4 essays in this class. They're about 5 pages long typed. You upload them on Canvas, and then I think Canvas automatically uploads them to this plagiarism software called Unicheck. And so then I'll grade your 4 papers. No work I give you is busy work. Like I give you these little mini assignments that you can actually use towards your larger essays. I don't give you any tests, no quizzes. That's not on the agenda. So essay 1 is about passion. Should you follow your passion when you choose a career? And you know, when you're young and you don't know what you want to do, your counselor or your instructor or your parents, they have a common thing they say. They go, oh, follow your passion. And people told me that. You got to follow your passion. And so Cal Newport is a best-selling author. He wrote a book about this. I'm not assigning you the book. I'm just assigning you an online essay that he wrote about this called The Passion Trap. You'll see it on your Canvas links and everything. And he argues that you should not follow your passion, that it's a trap, that it's dangerous, that it doesn't work. And here's some reasons that he gives you why you should not follow your passion. Number 1, he says, hey man, a lot of people don't know what their passion is when they're 18, so it's nonsense. Number 2, a lot of passions don't translate into jobs. Take me, for example. I have a certain passion in comedy. I love comedians. I love David Chappelle. I love George Carlin. I love Rodney Dangerfield. I wouldn't mind being a comedian, but you know what? I know dudes who are funnier than me, and they're homeless. So, I don't know. I play the piano. People say, oh, McMahon, you play the piano so beautifully. Yeah, well, I know people who are better at piano than I am, and they're homeless. Same thing about writing. I write pretty well. People say I should be a writer. I know writers who are homeless, who are better than I am. So a lot of times your passion doesn't necessarily translate into a practical skill. My students need practical skills. Check this out. A lot of my students, they talk to me after they graduate. A lot of my students say, McMahon, I majored in so-and-so, and I got a job in that major and I hate it. Hate my life. I wish I would have majored in something else. A lot of my students say, I majored in such and such. I didn't even get a job that was related to my major. I got a job in something completely different. And I just learned how to be good at it. And they love me and I got a sense of belonging and I'm good at it. And I'm happy. Who would have known? So a lot of times your passion doesn't even translate into what makes you happy. It's overrated to think that following your passion is going to make you happy. That is crazy. Here's another thing about passion. A lot of times, your passion changes. It's compulsive. It's impulsive. You may have a passion one week, then you have a different passion a couple weeks down the road. So what is passion anyway? I think it's overrated as a tool for you finding a career and for finding opportunities and for even finding happiness. You clearly need a job that's going to make you more than just some functionary in an office where you're just a cog in the machine. Clearly you need more than that. You need moral integrity, you need discipline, you need focus, and you need higher purpose, and you need money. And I know you need all those things. And we're going to look at the way we overvalue passion as a way of finding those things in Essay 1. But I'm going to give you counter arguments too. Because you always are going to have a stronger argument when you examine your opponent's views and test your own views against your opponent's views. So regarding Canvas, this is the first time I ever wrote a course on Canvas. My approach was to treat it like it was a user manual. You know how you buy a car or a computer and you know how you want that quick startup guide? How do I just use this thing, man? I wanted to just like take you through the journey of writing an essay bit by bit, piece by piece, user-friendly. I didn't want to use fancy words. I didn't want to use big academic speak. I just wanted to make it a comfortable, user-friendly journey from I got nothing in front of me, I'm just some student, and I'm going to build one brick at a time, this essay, and as long as I keep up with the work, I'm going to be okay. That's how I approached Canvas. So I got 3 more essays to do overviews for, but I'm not going to do them in this introductory video. I'll give you an overview video for those one at a time as the semester goes along. And so I'll send you a welcome page with my email, Zoom hours. They'll be off of Zoom hours Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 8:15. I hope this works out, man. Here we are, we're all online. We're in some pandemic situation. It is crazy. I'll do my best to be helpful to you. I hope you have a great semester. Until next time, I'm out.